Hi, everybody. I'm so excited. I'm here on I believe, the social media set of Days of Our Lives with AnnaLynne McCord and Billy Flynn. Thank you guys for coming to chat with me. AnnaLynne, is Billy driving you crazy off the set?
He's the worst, Michael.
The worst.
Is this a counseling session or
It
an interview?
is.
Okay,
Yeah.
So let me just stretch out.
Stretch out and give me the lowdown.
No, we have way too much fun picking on each other. Mostly him picking on me and me just accepting the abuse.
So, Billy, how has it been having AnnaLynne on the show? You've had many leading ladies. If you are really
sound a little bit like a cad here. Had one or two.
Few.
Had one or two.
I'm the most annoying.
No, that's not true.
It's not?
No.
Tell me more.
Wonderful.
I love you.
Joy to be around.
Did you screen test? You didn't do any of that.
We did. We
Yeah.
screen tested together, and I was sweating and so nervous. And then he was such a gentleman. He was like, "I'm actually more nervous than you."
Probably was.
I thought you were just saying that to make me feel better.
No, it's terrifying to do that.
For you, you've been here 10 years.
Yeah, but you're doing something with somebody where it's like
We did
like
have
not,
to
not
make
just
out.
for you. Like you've obviously had. We did make
You had to make out
We had to make out. We were like, "Hi, nice to
in the
meet
screen
you.
test.
Let's share spit."
Yeah.
Okay.
But you've worked a lot, but sometimes you're dealing with your like somebody's first like big job or like somebody's even new big job is on the line,
Right.
and it's just like I don't want to, I probably prepare more for a screen test than I do like regular scenes.
Well,
I mean,
thankfully,
I don't.
Thankfully, you don't prepare at all.
Had you known
Exactly.
about AnnaLynne McCord before? 90210? Like she's had some
Yeah,
shows.
of course. Yeah.
90210 was his favorite show, actually.
Yeah.
He binge
The
watched
reboot or
it.
the original?
Only the reboot because I only watched it for her. I found out she was on it. Yeah. Yeah.
So this story is kind of a weird one. We're not sure what's going. So I'm just going to call you Abigail.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm not really buying it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
But where's Chad at with this? Is he? Because we want to protect Chad. I'm worried is he protecting?
Chad needs protection.
He needs protection.
Yeah.
Help,
Is
Chad.
is he guarded at this point, or is he just like, oh,
Yeah.
and trying to convince himself that this is her?
Well, I said it. I was talking. Well, we talked about it back then too. It was complicated because originally it was supposed to be that Chad was just magically believed that this person was Abigail from the the jump, and it just seemed odd. I mean, and that's after what was confusing to begin with. We didn't know.
We didn't know
What was happening
Yeah.
with anything. Who was who? What was what? It was.
There was actually a lot of confusion with how the storyline was going to go. It was during the strike that this was all being created.
Yeah.
So there was a little kind of the communication was literally stopped with the strike of who was at the helm and how
I remember
and
you
what.
reading something. That you had said.
Yeah.
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 So we were all kind of
we're kind of waiting
Figuring it
from moment to moment, and then, but I thought the strike writers had started something really interesting, and then and then things got complicated. But it was originally Chad was just supposed to buy in, and it just seemed like a silly thing. Whereas so Jack and Chad were on this adventure to find her, and it made sense to me that Chad was all in to go find that. He believed Abigail was alive, or believes Abigail's alive, and he's going to go all in to find her, where everybody else is kind of saying this is crazy. She can't be. Clyde's a liar. This and that. But when it comes to, he's the dog that caught the car, and not, but in a sense, it's not the car he tried to catch. He went looking for somebody, his wife, and the person he found isn't what he went looking for.
And Billy really advocated for that, which was helpful for me because I of course am I don't know what's going on.
Mm.
Billy's helping catch me up on all the little
Did you have to watch all the
jokes.
other Abigail stuff to even get any of past Abigails?
Yeah, because I didn't really know what was going on, I didn't want to get too much in my head, but Billy was obviously helpful with filling in the details when there was stuff, but because he so fully as an artist advocates for his character and the story, I was picking up on the energy that was Chad and Abigail that might be this again if that's what this unveils, and then you start to see very quickly that your Abigail might not be who she appears to be.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And
they
phone
let-
calls.
Yeah. So that was I had to I kind of played against the writing and all the ways that I could, because Jack was supposed to be skeptical once the DNA test came. Matthew and I had a talk and thought that it was best that we reverse it as much as we could in performance. And so he became, I think a father's blinding love that his daughter's is a little more, can be a little more blinding. I guess the way that we played it.
Because the DNA test said that I was related to
him.
them, like, right?
Which everybody's going, no, it's Gwen.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, I'm like, I need to see the way she moves. I need to see who this person is. And so we play it that way, which is tough because, again, you're getting scripts where it's just like, oh my God, it's you. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. And it's just like, okay, this feels like I just saw her yesterday. I'm going to believe this all of a sudden,
And he's keeping her from the kids, right? At this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, the most important thing is in his life. He's not going to.
They both have conversations in the very early stage when I think, which might have happened in the office, where they find out about the DNA test and find out that she is Abigail. The conversation of going back to the Horton house where the kids are is like, wait, we have to really think about, what this would do to two children. Mm-hmm. To say your mom's back. Oh, she doesn't look anything like your mom. And also she doesn't remember you. And also, so early on the conversation is like, put the brakes on that.
And now you moved in, Abigail, what we see is she's moved into the Demir mansion. She runs into EJ, Dan Fiergirl. I know you like Dan Fiergirl because you had said you liked him in Spartacus.
Yes, I was a big Spartacus fan. I had a friend who was working on that show. Yeah.
You are too?
I love Spartacus.
God, so good.
So then Dan, now they're playing, there was a fun line about EJ and Abigail, like she realizes that Abigail slept with EJ, that they had a fling.
She basically at one point, I think, says to you, like, I'm the who of the house. She's like trying to piece together this story of Abigail's life. And she keeps finding out that she slept with literally everyone related to Chad.
Everyone related to Chad.
All the brothers. She's had a little orgy. And so my character is just like, okay, this family's crazy. If she is this person, she's crazy,
Okay, well, you guys are 9 months ahead. Don't tell me, but do you know the resolve of this? You know who you are.
Do we know things? What do we know? We could tell you, but we'd have to kill you.
Yeah.
You'd kill me?
But
okay.
But you know, secret SCI.
All I'm asking is you know who you are.
Yes.
Yeah. As viewers.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be a long time before we get some information, Billy? Do you think we're going
information will slowly be revealed?
But we won't have 9 months of torture of not knowing who this beautiful woman is.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I heard that.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But I wanted to ask you, has it been like, have you wanted to pull your hair out during this?
I have. This is a wig.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Is it hard as an actress? Because you're like, I don't know what I'm playing, but at some point, did somebody clue you in?
I just look to Billy and then get lost in his baby blue eyes, and then I forget everything and just read the words. My check. I want my check. It better be in the mail. You told me you were going to send it.
Now, there is something coming up that she does run into Mark Greene.
There's a little stilted moment where you start to figure out that she might be being handled. And then
easy. This is a PG show.
not manhandled the way you do things.
Okay.
He was meant to be born in the 50s. You're kind of like, you see that there's someone pulling the strings, and now it's not just Clyde Weston that is the big nefarious character who's Mr. Puppeteer. Now there's this character, Mark Greene, who clearly has some kind of energetic or emotional or some kind of hold over Abigail, and you don't know what that is. She doesn't does she know what she's actually doing and why she's doing it is unclear.
Wait, does she know? Does she know? She knows who she is, though.
I don't know, because I played it like I didn't know because I didn't know. So
this is amnesia.
I'm gonna go with she knows nothing.
Yeah.
She definitely purports that she has amnesia, and I play it like that because I just play truth the whole time.
We didn't know. I mean,
did we know?
I don't think you did. I think I had an idea.
He might have.
Did you figure it out?
But no, it's because look, there was a set. I think there was like a set plan. And when the strike ended,
Plan
didn't
change.
want to do anything that had been, crafted during that period. So again, I knew kind of what the plan was, and then nobody knew. But I just, what are we talking about? I knew at the end.
You were saving
I
me
knew
because
at
I
the-
didn't know anything.
You knew.
I feel like Mark Ruffalo in that interview when he gives away the end game,
without,
Yeah.
he goes, everybody dies. What?
yeah.
But yes, I had an idea from talking to people of what the scenario.
No, he dated Stephanie. He
Mhm.
he really, I thought he
Yeah.
loved Stephanie, and now I believe he goes to her for some help with
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I think that was one of those things where, for me, it was always, she was a friend, and I think he needed some comfort more than anything else, and it that's what all it was ever going to be, really. I think he wanted it to be. He wanted to convince himself that he could move on.
But he was really not ever over Abigail, right?
No.
At that point,
No,
or
I don't think he ever will be.
be.
No.
Yeah,
No.
you don't know the torture that this man went through with the two.
Mhm.
Bless. I have pieced it together a little bit with with the lovely exposition of backstory that occurs ever so often each episode, and I was like, oh, that happened to you, and that happened to you, and also that happened to
Yeah.
you. Like, it's been a long road.
Mhm.
So why does he go to Stephanie to help with? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Because I don't know, because Chet doesn't have anybody else to talk to.
He's
Doesn't have any
like,
friends.
you're a woman.
He doesn't talk to his family anymore.
And what's
He
his
doesn't-
relationship with EJ at this point?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Well, there is the part
This is a bigger
where-
conversation that
This is a big,
There's the part when EJ says what happened between Abigail and him, and this one is not happy with EJ that he told her before her memories came back.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah, like you're gonna
You slept
you're gonna
together.
give her these bad memories first, let her, because I think Chad's walking a tightrope, which is he's skeptical that it's her, but if it is her, and these things happen, like, he still wants to take care of whoever this person is. Like, he realizes that there's something happening, that there's this woman who's gone through some stuff, and Chad, he's different than the rest of his family. He's like, he doesn't want people to be mean to her, and he doesn't want, if it is Abigail, God forbid, the things she's remembering are these bad things, not like their first kiss or the first time they said I love you, or like when they had their child, or any of that, like. So I think he's really trying to sort of protect us, not to mention all the stuff he went through with the DID and all that. So that was the balance that I know for me I had to do in the beginning of that, which was, I just had to change a lot of stuff myself, which was like, there's a scene with Stefan, and and the last several years they didn't for some reason want to call it what it was, which was that he raped her. And so I added that stuff, I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, then like, let's do it.
the Clyde Wesson thing. There was, I don't know if you saw Billy's work when there was the whole thing
Yes, I
with
did.
Abigail and finding, and he was the killer and he was responsible.
yes, I did. say
And then
that.
him and Marcy reuniting
Mhm.
in the, there were so many great moments. What is he going to do with Clyde at this point?
I don't know, wave a gun at him for 3 episodes and then
You know what you did before?
yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't know what happens.
So we're not getting answers, people.
Yeah, I mean, I think like this time I think it's going to be bigger. What do you do? It's like, whatever it is, he's not getting the thing he wants back. So it's like, what is that? Like, revenge? How many times are we going to do the same thing? So it's,
Okay, can you tell me this? Are there like heartbreaking scenes for Chad? Do you have some big stuff coming up as the story progresses?
I don't know if there's like an episode of some things,
Yeah,
but that's down
there's-
the line a bit.
Well, there is the kind of dance with, like, a memory is returning, and then like how that, like, makes everybody in the family like, oh, is it now? Is it not? Or is she going to remember everything? Or is it just this one moment? So there is like there's a lot of like that kind of right on the edge of the cliff angst, and then the letdown if
Yeah.
it doesn't go exactly the way you hope, and then it builds up again. So there's there's definitely anguish,
Mhm.
if not heartache.
Yeah. I mean,
I try to break his heart every day,
Yeah.
honestly.
I don't know if you've been watching the last several years, but Chad and Abigail hasn't necessarily been a priority. So, you'll be some stuff.
Okay,
I love doing
guys.
interviews with Billy. This is fun.
And I'm just looking.
Here's the thing.
Here we go again.
So after you watch this interview, drop a comment below and let us know, like, who do you think she is?
Yeah. Who do you think I am?
And who do you think he is? And we'll take a poll
Yeah.
and we'll see. Thank you so much, AnnaLynne. Thank you so
Does
much.
anybody believe, like, what do we believe in?
I don't know. No.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna interview
I'm not
you.
buying it.
Tell us.
It's not-
what do
I'm
you
not buying
think?
it.
It's not like
What
it's,
do you think? We want to know.
Are we off?
No.
Oh.
We're never
You asked
off.
me my opinion.
Yeah.
No, I'm not buying it.
You're not buying it?
What do you think? What's your premonition?
I think she's part of another whole thing. I don't want to say because I think I might know.
Mm.
I don't want to ruin it.
Oh my goodness! Did he get?
I've been
cards.
doing soap operas for like 40 years,
got
so
it.
like I think I got it.
Chad's
Like-
getting catfished.
You're good. Ah!
That's a great one.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
That's my opinion.